Greetings, here we are with another turning of the page. And this is the Mythic Odysseys of Theros for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is a setting/adventure book from Wizards of the Coast based around their Magic the Gathering setting or settings. Mythic Odysseys of Theros is a fairly decent book. It does have MSRP on it. It's $49.95. It has 256 pages. It is Wizards of the Coast, Greek themed setting. You have a nice hardcover here. Nice anti-page section. You got cover page, artwork for the two different versions of the book cover. You got table of contents, such as Welcome to Theros, Chapter 1, Character Creation, Chapter 2, Gods of Theros, Chapter 3, Realms of the Gods and Mortals, Chapter 4, Creating Theros Adventures, Chapter 5 is Treasure. Ooh, Treasure. Chapter 6 is Fiends and Foes. And then you have the Index X, which is at 256. When it comes to the welcome page, you have this really nice art here for the Theros setting that actually replicates its ancient Greek artwork in style, which is actually quite nice. There is a very much a stars theme going about it, and it is actually really nice. I do like the fact that they put in the effort to not just recognize the artistic painting style that was popular in Greek culture from the Mythic Age, but also the fact that they have marble sculptures artwork up here, or drawings that replicate marble sculptures. And they have all the essential information down here for doing some quick conversions. You know what giants typically speak in the world, what examples of stuff like that, humans. You have character creation, which you have all the interesting characters here. You have your standard humans, as well as your heroic destinies and backgrounds, and various other fun stuff. As if you're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, 2014 version, overall as a player, this is actually a pretty good book. You got some nice backgrounds tossed in here, as well as a interesting piety system. You got your human information right here. You got your centaur information. The centaur out of Mythic Odysseys of Theros is decent, but it's sort of pony-sized. You got LEONIN, which are actually pretty solid as your secondary cat option after Tabaxi. I prefer Tabaxi over LEONIN, but LEONIN is a much better option for that more brawly version of a cat. You got Minotaurs, which are always fun to play as. You either go like Barbarian or you go counter direction and you go with Wizard and you just play off of that. Satyrs are pretty broken overall. You have Mirthful Leaps, Magic Resistance. They can use their action to ram an opponent. They also count as Fae. And a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So they're actually pretty good. You got Tritons, which is the updated version of Triton, which is actually pretty good. You got Spell Wall of Water. You got subclass options. All the subclasses in the Mythic Odysseys of Theros, which is like literally only one, is actually pretty darn good overall. Actually two. You got Bard of Eloquence and you got Paladin of Oath of Glory. I've played Paladin Oath of Glory. That's awesome as heck. Bard of College of Eloquence is also a really good one. Bard of College of Eloquence is basically your face character that can't really fail as a face character, and you have Oath of Glory Paladin, which is basically your super buff character who is your Paladin that is super athletic and is really good at uplifting everyone and with their awesomeness. You got your backgrounds such as athlete. By the way, my Harengon was an athlete who happened to have been also Oath of Glory. No, he was not an Oath of Glory Paladin. He was Oath of Conquest, and his focus was food. But anyways, you got a section on your Gods of Theros. As you can see, there's a star theme going on with the Gods of Theros. You have your nice little alignment chart and your various suggested cleric domains and common symbols for the gods. And this is an exceedingly important section, as you have the symbol up here, a typical depiction of the god tied in. And you have an explanation of what are their boons if you are very favorable to that god. What do you get from them? If you embody characteristics that god highly values, the god gives you blessings. And if you don't, you lose those blessings. So there you go. As before, it is fairly well organized as well. The gods are actually kind of neat. This is actually one of the last books of from Wizards of the Coast where the quality was actually quite good. The books after this started to get a little wonky. Really cool Medusa, which would be technically a Gorgon in actual Greek mythology, but Medusa is the creature type in D&D. It's kind of funny. You got a nice little example of a temple here. More stuff on the gods in itself. Various quests and the villains and stuff like that relating to the gods. Yet again, the artwork is actually quite nice. And then you got the nice Fiends and Foes section. This actually adds a pretty good variety of possibilities. They have special rules or information that would modify the scenarios in which you would be using, say, like a Cyclops as opposed to regular D&D Cyclops and stuff like that. And then we have new unique creatures, such as an Inubiba, Anvilrot monsters, Anvilrot Raptor, Anvilrot Sable, Amberrot Raptor, Bronze Sable, Burnished Heart, Golden Forged Sentinel, and so forth. You have a really nice variety of creatures in this book. It calls it a two-headed Cerberus, which is a Orethus. I cannot pronounce its name correctly, but there actually is a two-headed sibling to Cerberus, and it's not called Cerberus, it's a Orethus or something like that. Underworld Cerberus, a Winged Bull, Colossus of Arcos, Demons of Theros, Eater of Hope, Nightmare Shepherd, Doomwake Giant, 100-Handed One, Harpies, Hippocamp, Hoplites, Melton Hoplites, Nymphs, a few more other interesting creatures, a Naiad, a Triton, Typhon, Woe Strider, Astera, a Hyathia, which looks like it's a Medusa. We have a special Kraken. We have the Index. Overall, if you are playing 2024 Dungeons & Dragons and you want to have the books, not 2024, 2014 Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. This is a really good book to have overall as a player, and even as a game master. This is a really awesome setting overall. I've used some of the stuff out of this book in various adventures. It's actually quite nice. And also as a player, I've also used stuff out of this book, and it actually was really nice. So there you go. I overall would give this a good solid a 4-star territory for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition book. It's actually a really good one, and it's actually sadly one of the last really good ones from Wizards of the Coast before they had started that whole half-assing series where they started cutting corners on various things, fluffing the book with other art, with a whole bunch of artwork, and trimming pages and raising prices and doing all kinds of other crumbly stuff with their books. So this is one of the last great books from Wizards of the Coast of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition 2014 version era. So I would give this a 4-star. If you are a particular fan of Magic the Gathering, there's extra value in just seeing the Dungeons and Dragons version of this as well. So cool. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, and a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month. And see you next time. Ciao.